So, guys, welcome back to the channel Bright Insight. And again, I have brought to you another research proposal motivation, where the topic is, I think, menstruation and how do you justify whether menstruation or periods are an important topic for research. So, what can you do if you want to say to your panel that, hey, here I am with period research, and I found this a serious topic of inquiry. So, how do you convince them? Okay, so here it is. One, Kimberly Crenshaw's intersectionality as a feminist theory has been helpful to understand marginalized standpoints. Intersectionality has been taken as an interdisciplinary and interacting framework for combining different axes of power, representations, subjectivity, and identities, and how subjectivity is constituted by multiple vectors of oppression or privilege. So you see, in this first sentence, there is no talk of menstruation or period. Okay, there are a lot of other concepts, but not directly related to the point of menstruation. All right. So now let's read the second. Dipti Sukumar, a Dalit activist narrative, Caste is by period 2020, captures this lens of intersectional period discrimination that highlights how the caste-based menstrual body experiences discrimination with or without menstruation. Her activism for Dalit Safai Karmacharis whose acts of manual scavenging requires them to discard and handle period waste also reflects the intersectional and multidimensional, often interlocking disprivilege within which menstrual discrimination can be understood. This kind of labor, which Mary E. John 2017 mentions as Nivedita Menon 2019 finds, can be understood as stigma theory of labor, is demeaning and does not constitute labor value. So guys, let me get this straight. It's just another way of saying that period is a very complicated subject, and there is an intersectionality, and intersectionality has been studied by Kimberly Crenshaw in a multidisciplinary and interdisciplinary framework for how subjectivities are understood. But the example is available in the recently published book or the essay by Deepthi Sukumar. But here she, the the writer Deepthi Sukumar explains the responsibility or the disprivilege. You see this word here. Where is the disprivilege? Yes, often interlocking disprivilege. Okay, so one thing is that when something is interlocking, it should be in plural, right? I cannot say my interlocking hand. I have to say my interlocking hand. So we can, it is here, disprivileges within which menstrual discrimination can be understood. So now she was talking of intersectionality of periods. Then she went straight to the life of a Dalit woman who is also a Safai Karmachari. So then as you guys might notice that this is quite complicated, and it makes it very difficult to understand, right? So maybe this is justified by the other points on which you maybe ask the questions, right? But I don't think that you can easily understand this. As complicated as this topic has become by involving uh, intersectionality and multidimensionality, it still doesn't make you understand what is problematic about menstruation. Okay, so is this just the labor? The labor is devalued, or is this that something specific about menstruating, or something specific about this activity of picking up menstruations waste is so problematic? So one has to get an idea about this question. Okay, so that's all for this. So thank you for watching, and please subscribe and like the video. If you have any problem, you can mail me in the description. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.